What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we are going to be doing a PvP tier list. Now, tomorrow I'll probably do a PvE tier list because I know you guys wanted me to separate them. But today we're going to be doing the PvP tier list, my personal PvP tier list, at least for May anyways. I know it's like 10 days in, but whatever. And this is just going to be generally going over most of the units in the game that I feel like are good or decent, etc. As far as PvP goes. Now, before I get into the video, this is my opinion, okay? This is what I personally think. So if I want to put Elaine SS tier, alright, in PvP, that's my opinion. Now, I'm not going to do that, obviously, but I'm just letting y'all know. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitch, DSGaming GC, the link is in the description. I stream almost every single day. Streams be lit, streams be fire. I don't know if I'm going to stream today because it's Mother's Day, so I don't know. I talked to my mom, I'll see. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, also if you want to play Grand Cross on your PC completely free, there's a link in the description. You can download BlueStacks, which is the emulator that I use. You can download Grand Cross completely free. It'll help me out a bunch if you do, so if you did, thank you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So starting out, I'm probably only going to use like the top couple of tiers. Like, I feel like outside of like SS, S, A, B, and maybe C, like the tiers don't really even matter. So yeah, but starting out, I guess we'll start with Arthur. We're putting him S tier for sure. All right, now there's no God tier. If there was God tier, then I mean Arthur would be SS tier, but since I'm just not gonna do a God tier, we're just gonna have it like this. Arthur is definitely top tier. Super good. Humans are wreaking havoc, bro. Like, they are just really good in my opinion. Next up, well, not even just humans, but it's like Arthur's passive, his boost, he has like what, 50% chance to crit, and his ult has double crit chance. He's just all around a really good support utility type of unit that does good damage, and he can stop King from cleansing or healing. Like, that alone just makes him super good. But moving on to Green Bond, right? Green Bond, I'm sorry, look, bro, Green Bond is just not good, bro. I've literally said this since the game came out, that Green Bond was going to fall off a cliff. And the reason why, he was never super good to begin with. There were just no other units in the game. So like, and you gotta realize everybody got Blue Giant Diane and Blue King for free. So it's like a lot of people were using those two units, which Bond has type advantage against, and he's AoE. So it's like, it just worked out in his favor that he was pretty decent. But now that we're getting into like later game and getting into the meta with Escanor and Hellbrum, etc., like he's just not near as good, bro. Like, he's not near as good at all. I'd even debate he's C tier, bro. We don't use any of these units here. Diane, I'd say still A tier. Ult Rush is just nasty. Like, you can say what you want about. I don't know why people think Diane's not good, right? Diane is a good unit. She has AoE, double damage to buff units, which Arthur buffs everybody. Bond can buff himself. There's multiple units that can buff. On top of perfect Q counts as a buff as well. She can attack seal, great single target damage. She has the hardest hitting AoE ult in the game. Like, she's just a really good unit. I don't know why people sleep on her. And ult rush is still prominent. I think she's a very good unit. Yes, Escanor's running around, but I don't think there's any unit that can just justifiably put her at a lower place than A tier. So I mean, for the sake of it, I'd put Elaine like C tier. And the reason why I say for the sake of it is because Elaine's only good team is Fairies. But the good thing about that is Fairies, well, Kingbrum is the best team in the game, debatably, right? So like, her best team is the best team in the game. So like, that's why she's on this tier list. Like, if not for Kingbrum, she would just not be on the tier list at all, honestly. Nobody's really using her anymore, but I mean, I'll put her there for the sake of it, I guess. I don't know. She, A tier. The only reason why she is A tier is because Arthur. Arthur giving her buffs is what makes her A tier. Outside of that, she's just not, like, you would never use her, right? You would not use her in PvP outside of Arthur. Because, like, the Harden thing is cool and all, but she really has no way to buff herself. Green Guild Thunder, A tier. His passive is just too good. He is always a viable 4th slot option. If you don't have Merlin, run Green Guild Thunder. If you don't have just anybody you need to run, Green Guild Thunder is always a good fourth option. And I know you're gonna be like, well, Darkskin, that's only his passive. His passive is good enough to warrant A tier on that alone. Like 30% to defensive related stats is super amazing. So very, very, very good. I'd probably put him B tier. I mean, his taunt's cool and all. He can kind of counter Escanor, but I feel like him on his own, he's just not doing much. You kind of got to build a team around what he does. And it's like if you get cucked by taunts, he just becomes like kind of useless. His attack does literally nothing. His ult basically does nothing. Just super not good. We're gonna put you there. No one uses him, but he's going there. Hauser's A tier. Now, if we're talking humans, Hauser becomes S tier in my opinion. I'm gonna put him S tier just because like he's not really running on anything besides humans. Hauser is just he's a nuisance. He's AoE, does too much damage. Add that on with his passive, and then you add that with Arthur's passive, and then you add that with Gulthur's passive, and then you add that with Twigo passive. It's just too much. Hauser becomes unkillable with lifesteal, with AoE damage. It's too much. Really, really good. Moving on. Not that good. Not that good at all. Now that we are getting now we're getting gear, and we are getting into having HP defense on our supports and utility like Blue King, Jericho is just not near as prominent. I'm not saying that she can't do good damage, but if Jericho does not crit, she is useless. Like, and it's like, I know you're gonna be like, well, Darkskin, she's a crit unit. Well, but like the thing is, what she starts with, what 40% chance to crit, 60% chance. I'm pretty sure it's 40, and then like you have to ramp it up. It's just not worth, especially when you have Ult Rush running around or Escanor, etc., who are killing people in 2 turns. She's just super not. It's not worth it. Y'all already know where King going. Look, this ain't up for debate. This ain't up for debate. All right, King is SS tier, bro. You cannot tell me otherwise. Somebody try to tell me King is underrated, bro. King can. He does damage. His Petrify card on card 1 is 200%, right? Multiplier, which is really good. Like that's better than a lot of people's multiplier. Most people's multiplier on a single target card, level 1, is 180. Then in rank 2, it's a Petrify. And in rank 3, it's 2-turn Petrify. He can cleanse, he can heal, and the heal isn't dependent on attack, so he can build HP defense. His passive buffs himself, and he has Helbram, who is debatably the best PvP unit not even debatably. Helbram is the best PvP unit in the game. He is. You can say what you want. Helbram is the best PvP unit in the game. If we're looking at one unit, Helbram is the best PvP unit in the game, right? I may as well put him up there. Like, he can take away ult, dumb damage, his passive buffs himself. King, who is debatably the best unit in the game, is his best friend, goes on the best team, is his best partner, buffs Helbram as well. Helbram has ult takeaway, Petrify, AoE ult, right? You can't tell me, bro. You can't. I'm not on here. Helbram is the best PvP unit in the game. I'm sorry. That's just facts. Moving on. Sorry, I went on a little spree there. Just use Gustav. I mean, he's still alright. Nothing crazy. I mean, I'm putting him there too, just because. I may as well rank all the SSRs, I guess. Top tier. SS rank. Galland is A tier, and he's A tier for the same reason as Blue Ellie. Literally only like if they weren't blue units, they might be better. But like because they're blue units and Escanor's running around on top of Merlin, on top of they need Arthur, they're just A tier. And I mean, you could debatably even say B tier if you wanted to. And that's just the reality of it. Demon Mellie Otis. Man, I gotta put him A tier. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Demon Mellie Otis is definitely just super good, man. Super, super good in the 4th slot. He's a good closer. I know a lot of people think he's not good in PvP, but I'm telling you right now, you put him in a 4th slot, he's gonna come in with 100% crit chance. Or higher if multiple units are dead. I've seen him 1v2. I've seen him 1v3. because literally, if he's the only unit, he has a 50% chance of getting the same card. And if he gets the same card, right, it's just gonna eventually get to a level 3. He's just a really good 4th slot, bro. I'm sorry. He's a really good 4th slot in my opinion. I think that he is definitely a super good unit on that front. Now, getting on to actually, hold on. Let me go through. Look, Twigo. Look, his passive with humans busted. I think he's still pretty good actually. And I think that is about everybody. She's actually pretty decent. I'm gonna put her right there. He's better than Merlin. Him on humans isn't too bad, but that's about it. I think that is about it for the main units, I guess you could say. I mean, I can go over these last units, but it's like no one's gonna be using these. Like, you should not be using these other units. Death Pierce passive is pretty nice, but generally you're gonna be using all of these units up here. I know Escanor is not on this list. That's because the tier list has not been updated. If you want to know where Escanor is, he's S tier. He's right here. I'd even say he's SS tier. I don't know. One of those two. Escanor just, it's like, if you only do damage, that doesn't make you a good unit. But it's like Escanor does so much damage that he becomes a good unit. He can, if he gets 3 cards, he's one-turning any blue unit in the game, right? If he gets 3 cards, like, whatever blue unit he attacks 3 times, they're dead. Like turn 1, right? Turn 1, if he gets 3 cards, they're dead. And I mean, even if you don't get 3 cards, if you rank up his card, right? Both of his cards. So he has 2 level 2s. The unit still might die if he crits or something like that. He's just super good. Very, very overwhelming unit. Once he gets ult, you cannot stop him. Like, if you don't take away his ult, you can't petrify him. You can't, you can't debuff him at all. Very, very, very good unit in my opinion. Yeah. Now about Blue Liz. Blue Liz as well. Blue Liz, I'd probably put A tier simply because she works in the meta. This is a meta of debuffing and debuffing, whether it's attack seal, petrify, HP seal, attack seal, like whatever it is. A lot of the time people are debuffing, right? Most people have debuffs on their team, regardless of if you have King on your team for petrifies or if you have Gother for attack seal, etc. People are using debuffs. So the fact that she can take away debuffs from an ally, right? And I know you're gonna be like, well, Darkskin, King can do that. But the difference is, well, number 1, King's is AoE, but the difference is Liz isn't going to get targeted because of her passive, so she's always going to be available, okay? So the fact that she can seal debuffs, the fact that she can seal, what's it called? Man, my mind is going blank. The fact that she can seal debuffs, she can take away debuffs, etc. Stuff like that just makes her really, really good as a unit. She's going to fall off heavy, honestly. Like, she's not super good or anything, but disabling debuffs in itself is pretty neat, and removing debuffs is pretty neat. So I'd say she's like A tier. I'd probably say she's A tier. Deldry, booty cheeks. B tier, C tier, booty cheeks. Arden, don't ask me about him, please. So yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be my PvP tier list. I know some people aren't going to agree with it. I mean, that's just whatever. If you don't want to agree, cool. It's my opinion, to each their own. But this is going to be my tier list for what I think, as far as everything goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below and everything like that. If you think something should be changed. Dude, listen. I'm telling you now, bro. It's like, you're allowed to have an opinion. If you're like, hey, Darkskin, I think Gallon should be S tier. Hey, Darkskin, I think Demon Mellie should be B tier. That's cool. Even if you tell me why, that's cool. But if you come into the comments with an attitude, or you're basically, look, man, I'm not having it. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.